Hello, knowledge lovers. Have you ever stopped to think that some of the most famous artworks in the world might be hiding secret messages right before our eyes? Today, we will dive into a fascinating universe of hidden codes, mysterious symbols, and secrets that great masters of art have left engraved for eternity. Get ready to have your perspective on art completely transformed. Let's start with the great Leonardo da Vinci and his masterpiece, The Last Supper. For centuries, researchers have discovered intriguing elements in this painting. Look at the apostles' hands. They form specific geometric patterns that some believe represent musical notes. Moreover, the arrangement of the characters creates a mathematical sequence that follows the golden ratio, revealing Da Vinci's deep knowledge of sacred geometry and its mystical applications. The Mona Lisa, also by Leonardo, hides its own mysteries. Experts have discovered that in the subject's eyes, there are tiny microscopic symbols, letters and numbers that can only be seen with high-resolution equipment. The right eye features the letters LV, obviously the initials of the artist, but in the left eye, there are still undeciphered symbols suggesting a personal message that Leonardo wished to preserve forever. Michelangelo in the Sistine Chapel was even bolder with his secret codes. In the famous scene of the creation of Adam, God's cloak perfectly outlines a human brain when viewed from the side. This is no coincidence. Michelangelo had extensively studied anatomy and was conveying his belief that true divinity resides in the human mind, a revolutionary and dangerous idea for his time. Botticelli concealed alchemical references in The Birth of Venus. The shells, pearls, winds, and even the goddess's position follow specific medieval alchemical symbolism. Venus herself represents the final stage of the great alchemical work, the transformation of common metal into gold, a metaphor for human spiritual evolution. Each element in the composition has a hidden meaning that was understood only by the initiated. How about enjoying this video and following our channel to discover more fascinating mysteries like these? We still have much more to reveal. Architecture also hides secrets. Notre-Dame Cathedral in Paris is filled with alchemical and astrological symbols carved into its stones. The medieval builders, known as Freemasons, were the origin of modern masonry, encoded ancestral knowledge in the proportions, ornaments, and even the orientation of the building. The gargoyles are not merely decorative. They represent different aspects of spiritual transformation. Speaking of masonry, the famous painting The School of Athens by Raphael contains clear references to ancient mysteries. Plato points to the sky while Aristotle points to the earth, representing the two paths of esoteric knowledge. Many of the figures portrayed are actually portraits of Raphael's contemporaries, who belonged to secret societies of the time, creating a sort of ciphered record of a network of hidden knowledge. Van Gogh, seemingly a tormented artist painting for pure expression, actually incorporated profound spiritual symbols into his works. The Starry Night is not just a turbulent sky. The spirals follow mathematical patterns found in nature and in ancient mystical texts. The cypress trees in the foreground represents the connection between earth and heaven, a classic symbol of the tree of life present in various esoteric traditions. Salvador Dali was a master at hiding references to secret societies in his surrealist paintings. The Persistence of Memory contains elements that refer to Masonic initiation rituals, specifically related to the perception of time and reality. The melting clocks symbolize the transcendence of common temporal perception, necessary to access higher knowledge. Architects like Christopher Wren, responsible for reconstructing London after the Great Fire of 1666, was a declared Mason and incorporated symbols of the Brotherhood into several of his buildings. St. Paul's Cathedral has proportions based on sacred numbers and precise astronomical orientation, functioning as a true initiatic temple disguised as a Christian church. Eastern sacred art also has its codes. Tibetan mandalas are not just beautiful decorations, but precise maps of inner spiritual journeys. Each color, shape, and symbol has specific meanings that guide the practitioner through different states of consciousness. They are true spiritual technologies encoded in artistic form. Even in contemporary art, we find hidden references. Artists like Georgia O'Keeffe incorporated tantric symbolism into their flower paintings. while Jackson Pollock followed automatic painting techniques derived from shamanic practices to access altered states of consciousness during creation. So has your perception of art changed after all these revelations? Share this video with your friends and help spread knowledge. Which of these secret codes impressed you the most? Leave your comment telling if you had noticed any of these details before, or if you know about other artistic mysteries that we have not mentioned here.